Hurricane Milton was downgraded to a Cat 4 earlier today as it continues heading to the Gulf Coast. What's expected with the storm coming up?
The Department of Justice is considering breaking up one of the largest tech giants.
And the Uvalde School Board unveils a new name for the new elementary school.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at noon. I'm Lucy Ritchie.
And I'm Madeline McCrory. Hurricane Milton is a massive Category 4 storm, and it's making its final march towards Florida's central Gulf Coast. Over 20 million people across the state are under hurricane and tropical storm alerts, as officials warn those still around to evacuate now. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez is in Tampa as final preparations are wrapping up.
Floridians are against the clock to secure their homes and their businesses and then get out of the way of Milton. Hillsborough County Sheriff says we're in the 11th hour for evacuations.
A local emergency currently exists. Quickly secure your home or business and safely evacuate the area.
Hurricane Milton is barreling towards Florida, and the window to evacuate is rapidly closing.
And if you have not evacuated, bug out. If you don't take heed, you're on your own. You might as well take a Sharpie and write your name and social security number on your leg so that when we find you, we have a contact, because it is not going to be good for you.
According to the National Hurricane Center, tropical storm conditions are expected to start impacting the west coast of Florida around midday Wednesday, with landfall expected late Wednesday or early Thursday. The storm is one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes ever, with much of Florida's Gulf Coast at significant risk of catastrophic hurricane-force winds and flooding rain.
Milton is growing in serious intensity very fast.
Massive amounts of debris and trash left over from Hurricane Helene still line many streets and driveways, despite around-the-clock efforts to clear it out in recent days.
We're trying to get everybody out from Milton, and we're trying to get all the debris up from Helene. This would have taken a month to get all this debris cleaned up.
And with wind speeds expected to be close to 120 miles per hour, that debris can turn into deadly projectiles. The mayor of Tampa says that they were actually able to clean up between 70 to 75% of the debris, lessening that danger of it becoming a projectile. We're also learning of tornado watches in effect for central and southern Florida. In Tampa, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Communities across the East Coast are still recovering from the destruction caused by Hurricane Helene. The iconic Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia has been closed indefinitely as crews assess the catastrophic damage caused by Helene. The roadway stretches 469 miles and runs from the Shenandoah National Park to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It is also a main economic driver for the area. According to the Blue Ridge Parkway Association, last October was the parkway's busiest month, attracting over 2 million visitors. Now, with the roadway closed, fewer visitors are making their way to their favorite shops and businesses. Mark Litterist with the National Park Services says we'll hopefully be able to announce phased reopening dates for that reopening here in a few days. Business owners and tourism officials in Virginia remain hopeful visitors will be allowed to return before the peak viewing time of the fall scenery, which is towards the end of October.
The Justice Department announced charges against a citizen of Afghanistan residing in Oklahoma City for conspiring to conduct an Election Day terrorist attack. According to the criminal report, the defendant obtained firearms and ammunition to conduct a violent attack on U.S. soil in the name of ISIS. As part of the plot, that he allegedly took steps to liquidate his family's assets, resettle family members overseas, and acquire weapons to commit a terrorist attack. The case is currently under investigation by the FBI in Oklahoma City.
The U.S. government is considering breaking up Google due to concerns of monopolistic practices. The Department of Justice argues that separating Google's search engine from Android, Chrome, and the Google Play App Store would prevent the company from unfairly using its dominance to push its products over competitors. Google, however, counters that this plan could hurt customer experience and compromise privacy. In August, it was determined that Google had violated antitrust laws with its search operations. The DOJ's recommendation would initiate a separate legal case, which, along with this appeal, could lead to a lengthy legal proceeding that may take months or a year to resolve.
You know, Lucy, when I came in this morning, I felt a ghostly chill.
Honestly, I gotta be honest with you, if the ghosts are bringing cooler weather, I'm happy to be haunted. Let's go to our weather anchor, Faith Webster, to see if that cool weather is going to stick around or disappear.
Thanks, guys. Ooh, I see some spooky weather maybe. It's gonna be feeling 70 for right now. It's gonna feel like 74, but with our wind miles looking at 5 miles per hour. Looking on to tonight, we are gonna see some clearer weather with our temperature rising to 77, but it's still gonna feel like 74 with that wind mile coming up to 7 miles per hour. Looking on to tomorrow, we are gonna see a rise in temperatures at 90 degrees, which is very spooky, but it is gonna feel like 87 because of that wind coming up to 9 miles per hour. Hopefully we see some cooler weather throughout the week, but I'll have more on that later. Back to you guys at the desk.
If you're looking for something to do this fall, one of Denton's art studios gave me an inside look on their classes they are offering for sweater weather.
In a world where creativity meets community, there lies a humble art studio where people of all ages freely express themselves. Tonight I am visiting a hidden gem in the heart of downtown Denton, the Wildflower Art Studio. The Wildflower Art Studio is one of Denton's few art studios available to the public. To kick off their new fall classes they offer, this homey space has brought the community together by kindly opening their studio to an open house this past Saturday.
Yeah, we're just on a mission for everyone to be creative, and some people I think are maybe more naturally artistically inclined, and so our mission is just to, like, regardless of your education or your experience in the creative field, you're welcome here, and we hope to share creativity with you and send it out into our communities. We just really believe that it's a valuable tool for all of us.
Artist and entrepreneur Emily Stewart opened the Wildflower Art Studio 7 years ago and has curated a place for students, children, and adults to gather to express themselves creatively. This fall, they have launched a variety of classes including Intro to Stained Glass, Intro to Pottery, hand lettering, pottery date nights, as well as beginner's watercolor.
If I had to use one word to describe this place, aside from the obvious ones, I would use warmth. I think this place, again, like cultivates creativity, but I do think that there's a warmth here that, again, like we come from all walks of life, and for us to be able to enter a space and feel home and feel warm just kind of allows us the freedom to create even more. So,
no, it's great. I love the place. It is peaceful. It is cozy. It feels like home.
To say this place was a joyful experience is an understatement. The ambiance is welcoming, and they even let me paint a little bit. To learn more about the wonders of the Wildflower Art Studio and what services are available, you can visit their website at wildflowerartstudio.net.
Coming up, while breast cancer mortality is down, cases are on the rise. More on this.
And more is now known about the long-term effects of COVID-19. We'll be right back.
Hey UNT, the State Fair has finally arrived, so mark off your calendars, get your nicest cowboy hat, and join us here on Wednesday the 16th because we're going to be hosting 3 different live shows from the State Fair. Our 2 English shows will go live at noon and at 6 p.m., and our Spanish show will go live at 3:30. We'll be showing you some of the most iconic events as well as some behind-the-scenes action, so make sure you don't miss it. Come join us at the State Fair of Texas, where the sight, sound, and flavors of Texas come alive on October 16th.
New studies from the American Cancer Society show the mortality rate for breast cancer has fallen by 44%. However, the cases have risen 1% each year between 2012 and 2021. Brianna Anderson, a nurse practitioner at Parkland Health in Dallas, said this is a reminder of the importance of screening and health literacy. She also said although mammograms don't keep cancer away, it can save lives by detecting cancer earlier.
A new study suggests COVID-19 could increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes 3 years after an infection. Researchers looked at medical records for 250,000 people enrolled in the UK Biobank. Those who had COVID-19 in 2020 before there were vaccines were 2 times more likely to have a major cardiac event compared with those who didn't test positive for the virus. If a person had been hospitalized for their infection, the risk was more than 3 times higher than for people without COVID-19. Researchers also found that blood type could be playing a role. Those with O-type blood who were hospitalized for COVID didn't have quite as high of a risk of heart attack or stroke as those with A, B, or AB blood types, though the study authors did not exactly know why.
Halloween is just a few weeks away. I'm hoping I'll be comfortable in my costume.
Me too. It's no fun to eat too much candy when it's too hot outside. Let's go over to our weather anchor, Faith Webster, to see if we're going to see any cooler weather. Faith?
Thanks, guys. Our weather across North Texas is going to be looking much more beautiful throughout North Texas. Today we are going to see 70s and high 60s throughout the entire North Texas area. Near Sulphur Springs, though, we are going to see a mid 66-degree temperature. Looking out at our region map, we are going to see, again, the same amount of temperatures, high 60s, mid 70s. Again, Shreveport over towards our east is going to be at 63 degrees, which is very cool for this time. Looking onto our 7-day forecast, we are going to see that we are going to have a very warm weekend. It is hopefully our last weekend of 90s. It's going to be high 90s, mid 90s throughout the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see highs of 96. Our rain chances are going to be low, but hopefully it can cool us off a little bit. Monday and Tuesday, we are going to see some partly cloudy temperatures, but those temperatures are going to be beautiful at 89 and 73 with our lows at 52 and 47. On Wednesday, it is going to be a beautiful temperature of 67 with a low of 46. What a weather report. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Faith. The school board in Uvalde, Texas, revealed the name of their newest school. The name Legacy Elementary pays tribute to the victims of the 2022 Robb Elementary mass shooting. The new school will feature tributes to the 21 students and teachers who were killed at Robb Elementary. Construction on the school is underway 2 miles away from Robb Elementary and will replace the old school. Legacy is expected to open its doors by next school year.
The popular social media platform TikTok is currently facing backlash on the safety of children who use the app. The app is facing new lawsuits from 14 state attorneys general. As the lawsuit continues, parents may want to be aware of the potential harm TikTok may have on young children. CNN's Amy Kiley has more.
For the developing teenage mind, the TikTok platform is like digital nicotine.
Our goal is to hold the company accountable for its unlawful conduct and to stop the company from engaging in practices that exploit our young people for profit.
If you're like me, you've been spending the past few weeks brewing up a creative costume for Halloween, but ntTV's Lillian Kosh is out on the square to tell us where the costume hunt might end. Lillian?
Well, Madeline, I'm pretty sure Rose Costumes will be your last stop for all your costume needs this haunted holiday. From ball gowns to spooky masks, they have it all. ntTV's Chris Goodwin has more on this Denton staple.
Starting out as a resale store in 1976, Rose's Costumes grew to be so much more than a store to play dress up. It has become a must-see whenever passing through Denton.
I mean, we literally cater to hundreds of schools, and the amount of students that come in here is it's pretty cool, honestly, because we're a safe space for them. If you were ever a theater student, you know that sometimes you're the one who got picked on at school and things of that nature. when you come here, you're literally in the best place you could possibly be for them.
They recreate scenes from pop culture like Sweeney Todd's Barbershop, Belle's Ballroom, and even original set designs like a fallout shelter to accompany costumes you can buy or rent. The costume shop was greatly affected by the quarantine, being disconnected from their customers. In order to survive, the shop had to find another way to connect to the community.
We realized we have all this fabric. We aren't able to let people in. There aren't any theater shows happening, and we have people who can make masks and patterns and reach out and see who needs these. And we had an opportunity to help, and we didn't want to make money off of it. We just wanted to make sure that people could be safe in a time that was really scary.
Beginning on Fry Street, the shop has now made its home on the square.
The bones of it, I think, and all the history that's here, even the ceiling tiles, it's all very, very old from the late 1800s, early 1900s. It already had so much character. So it was just inspiring immediately.
With Halloween season slowly creeping up, Rose Costume Shop is here to help you not just look the part, but also feel the part. You can rent out costumes just like this one and look your best.
As you saw, there are plenty of elaborate costumes to choose from that'll guarantee you first prize at any costume contest. So be like Madeline, get ahead of the game before the 31st creeps up on you. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lillian. Coming up, the city of Denton is going all out for Halloween.
And we've got details about a great pumpkin. We'll be right back.
Hey, listen to my flow to save some H2O. This my water rhyme, and this is how it goes. First, turn off the sink and take some time to think. When you waste water, our supply shrinks. When you take a shower, not more than an hour. Shoot for 10 minutes and save water power. Use a reusable bottle, smart like Aristotle. Ditch all the plastic and be a role model. And that was my H2O flow. Please remember how it goes, because if you don't, Earth will go, oh no!
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DatQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DatQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DatQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DatQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
Haunted in the depths of ntTV studios. Something special is brewing just for you.
Hey ghouls and goblins, ntTV News is having a special Halloween segment this October 31st. We're also covering 31 days of Halloween in Denton. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be spooktacular.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
You know, Lucy, I heard there's something strange happening in neighborhoods down here in Denton.
Do you know who we should call?
ntTV's Kendall Keaton knows exactly who we should call. Kendall?
Go. The Ghostbusters. That's right, guys. The North Texas Ghostbusters are here in Denton, Texas.
They've already made a few appearances, so don't worry. You can come down and celebrate every Friday in October at the Discover Denton Center and the Ghostbuster headquarters here with Free Beer Friday. You can enjoy a limited seasonal release from Denton's County Brewing Company. Speaking of, this Friday they are hosting an event from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Discover Denton Center, and you don't want to miss out. So be sure to stop by and enjoy some great beer and some Halloween vibes. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kendall. I'll be sure to keep an eye out. Viewers, get ready for a truly gorgeous sight. Weighing in at hundreds of pounds, gourds at the Elk Grove Giant Pumpkin Festival in California certainly broke records over the weekend. What the organizer called the Super Bowl of Farmers started 30 years ago with a $7,000 cash prize. Contestants range from professional farmers to people growing their entries in their backyards. Not all pumpkins are for the weighing competition. Some will be used as racing boats.
All these pumpkins fit the fall aesthetic so well, but do you know what else fits fall well?
Of course I do. Mean Green Tailgate. Our reporter Oscar Chavez shows us why it's such a great experience here at North Texas. Oscar?
Thanks, guys. It's Florida Atlanta week in terms of Mean Green football. Unfortunately, since it is an away game, no tailgating. However, just 2 weeks ago, before the Mean Green completely destroyed Tulsa, I was able to catch some fans and students before the game enjoying the fun that is tailgating.
Hello, everyone. I'm right out here at Daku Stadium, home of the Mean Green, where they'll be facing off against the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Outside, I'm right next to tailgate. Stick with me as we're going to find out more on the tailgating experience here at UNC. So what's your name?
Court Ware.
Court Ware. Why do you tailgate? Why'd you want to come out here?
My friends invited me, so I figured I'd come. I'm about to graduate, and I've never done it before.
Man, gotta say for the pre-game vibes. Can you give me some do's and don'ts at a tailgate?
Do's. How about talk to people? Make rounds. Just because you've got a tent doesn't mean you're excluded from it.
Some do's, definitely try and have fun. Like, there's going to be people that you run into that you don't like. Don't ruin their day and don't let them ruin yours. So.
Don't wear the other team's colors. Don't wear their any of their merch or anything.
And when do you start tailgating?
We typically start around 3, but everybody has pre-games. They're just hang out, they cook out, hot dogs, burgers.
Today's game is at 6, so you should get here 3:30 or 4. Because there's a lot of stuff you can do to keep yourself occupied. I know people might think that's early, but you can watch football over there or eat with their friends. So yeah, it works out.
Well, guys, there you have it. That's the great tradition of tailgating here at UNT. Keep up to date with all the teams' games as they tailgate every Saturday. That's all I got. Back to you.
Yeah, what a shame we can't catch tailgate this week. However, stay in the loop as the Mean Green's next home game will be on Homecoming Saturday, October 26th against Tulane. Well, that's all I got. I hope to see you there, and back to the desk.
Thanks, Oscar. Speaking of tailgates, I can't wait to cheer on the Dallas Stars this season.
Same here, and I heard they may have a chance at the Stanley Cup Finals, and our sports anchor Gabby Pippins can confirm. Gabby?
That's right, guys. The Stars looked really bright this preseason, and I'm pretty sure it'll translate to the regular and postseasons. I'll have more on them, an unexpected change to the Mavs staff, and a club that has something for everyone. Stay with us.
It's that time of year where everyone plays a dangerous game with the flu. Going in uneducated, you run the risk of symptoms like cough, migraine, and fatigue. Don't be like this guy. Combat the flu with cough drops, ibuprofen, and a good night's sleep. Be smart, don't catch the flu.
Season officially kicked off last night, and the Dallas Stars will begin their season tomorrow night against the Nashville Predators. They did have a few health scares over the past couple of weeks, but the good news is everyone has been cleared. Head coach Pete DeBoer experienced minor complications after his appendectomy, but he was given the green light yesterday to coach and even return to the ice starting today. Left wing and lead scorer Jason Robertson is also cleared to skate after fully recovering from a cyst removal surgery. Robertson ended last season with 80 points, 29 goals, and a team-best 51 assists, and fans cannot wait to see him and the rest of the Stars back in action. Things look promising for Dallas after ending the preseason with a 5-1 record, and we'll see how they do tomorrow night in Nashville at 7 p.m. And the Dallas Mavericks CEO Cent Marshall announced her retirement yesterday. Beginning December 31st, she'll retire as Chief Executive Officer and take on a consultant role through December of 2025. Marshall served as the Mavs CEO since March of 2018, making record-breaking history as the first Black woman to ever take charge of an NBA team. No mention was made of what caused Marshall to step away after 7 years, but with her follows her long list of achievements, including making the Adweek's Most Powerful Women in Sports list twice and receiving this year's Lone Star Sports Emmys President's Award. And finally, as we approach the halfway point in the semester, it can be hard to relax or even find an outlet. Luckily, I found one on-campus club with lots of options, including the option to engage in friendly competitions. Take a look, or should I say, press any button to continue.
As major sports prepare and begin their seasons, UNT clubs settle into their own schedules. This includes Tabletop Time, UNT's board and video game club that lets students get competitive, relax, or even learn something new.
One will have a number up in the corner and one will have an exclamation mark.
One of the game and education librarians, Diane Robson, dives deeper into the countless options students have to play games.
The media library has access to all sorts of consoles and video games, and we have retro content that we use for classes. So if you're interested in gaming at all, you can come into the media library and we'll help you play.
The media library also has Alienware PCs that are constantly updated with the latest games. This is what junior Stephen Bassey looks forward to the most.
It's really fun to be here. It's fun to be here around other people. I get to meet new people here, and I get to play games, which is really fun.
However, board games tend to be the more popular option, and they help students like sophomore Dorian Toussaint meet people with common interests.
It's really enjoyable, you know. I get to play board games that I've never touched in my life, and pretty fun experience. I get to meet new people and all that good stuff.
Finally time to let off some steam, play some video games. They looked so good while I was filming. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? Go play some tabletop games. Their next one is November 2nd from 3 to 5 in the same building. For ntTV News, I'm Gabby Pippins. All right, let's start this. Games, I almost forgot I was filming. I can't wait for their next one, and I'd suggest marking your calendars, but there's no way I'll forget about Tabletop Time. That's all I've got for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gabby, and thank you for watching ntTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.